Greetings, it's Iain from RTO here. Welcome to another album ranking, and it's Tuesday. Weather's still reasonably well, it's quite warm still. So we're going to start today with a viewer's request for a band called Touchstone. Now, for those of you that don't know about this band, they are an English progressive rock band. They were formed in 2003 by Rob Cottingham, who plays keyboards, and the guitarist Adam Hodgson. The name comes from one of Rob's solo albums. The album is called Behind the Orchard Tree, and it's a lyric from one of his songs. Now they mix their progressive rock with soaring keyboards and power chords and melodic. And Touchstone are one of them bands that started the sort of female-backed metal bands, such as mostly Autumn Magenta and Kantaka, but with a harder edge to their music. At present, they have released 4 albums. They've just changed their singer, but the albums, all 4 albums they've released have had the same singer, but in between she left and they've had 2 singers in between, but they've not released anything. I sort of heard of these. I was aware of them, but I hadn't listened to much of their stuff. So after listening to these for this ranking, I really like them. I think they're our version of Nightwish, really. The British version of Nightwish, and there's something very British about them, their sound. So very good albums. Difficult because I think they're all as good. So we'll have a look at their albums. So, coming in at number 4, this is their 3rd album that was released in 2011, and this is called The City Sleeps. So you got the vocalist on here is a young lady called Kim Saviour. Guitars and keyboards are Rod Cottingham. Guitars is done by Adam Hodgson. Paul Moo Morgan on bass. Henry Rogers is drums. This was his first. They've been through drummers like most bands do. This was his first appearance. And we've got some special guests. We've got a narrator on one of the songs, and that is a certain Anna Marie Wayne. Now, Anna Marie Wayne, of course, is the daughter of Jeff Wayne. And there's a guitar solo done by a certain John Mitchell. We all know about Mr. John Mitchell. So the first track on this one's called Corridors. No long intros, it's straight into the track. This guy Henry, great drumming, very melodic, and I mean Kim Saviour has got a wonderful voice. It's powerful, it can be moody, it can be sultry. It's a really good start to the album. Excellent track. Then we have a track called When Shadows Falls. This is one of these epic sort of progressive metal rock tracks, lots of keyboards and drums, some nice guitar. Then there's a bit in the middle, it sort of goes all gentle and Kim's angelic voice comes through. It's a really, really strong track. I do like that track. Then we get a track called These Walls. There's some great riffs in this, just typical progressive rock metal. And again, the vocals are fantastic from Kim. It's a really good track. Then we have a track called Throw Them to the Sky. This is quite nice. You've got some nice guitar work going on here. Adam Hodgson, very good guitarist, and got a great bass line from Paul. It's a really strong track. And then we have a track called Sleeping Giants. Love the start of this. It's got some lovely, gentle sort of keyboards from Rob. And then Kim comes in with a great vocal. It's very gentle and it's good. Then we have a track called Good Boy Psycho. Another great start. It's got a medieval acoustic guitar on it. It's got a great bass line. And then Adam puts down the acoustic, gets the electric guitar, and really rocks. It's a really good track. Then we get Horizons, some very gentle keyboards again. It's got that sort of typical progressive metal sound. And then towards the end you get Adam on a great guitar solo. Absolutely killer track. Then we get Half Moon Meadow. So another track that starts off with some nice acoustic guitars. Henry then starts building up that beat on the drums, and then swap over to the electric guitar, and another great guitar solo. Then we have my favourite track on here, and it's actually the title track, The City Sleeps. Now this has got some lovely narration from Anna Marie. It's not just my favourite because it's got John Mitchell doing the guitar solo, which is fantastic. It's just it starts off gentle, it tells a story, it goes aggressive, it goes gentle, it goes melodic. It's just a great track, and it's some of the best keyboard work from Rob on this album. Great track. Then we have this little instrumental at the end called Corridor's Epiphany. It's sort of thing you'd expect to see on the Journey of the Centre of the Earth from Rick Wakeman. It's really nice. Great little piece to just end that album. It's a brilliant album, but someone has to be at number 4. And it's a fantastic album. It's got some great music on it, and I do love it, and I've played it, and I've been playing these albums quite a lot. I'm really into this band, so I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 8.1. So coming in at number 3, we have their most current album. This came out in 2013. It's the same lineup: Kim Saviour, Rob Cottingham, Adam Hodgson, Paul Moon Morgan, and Henry Rogers. So the first track is called Flux. Now this starts really different. It's got that electronic sort of dance sound. You go, whoa, what's going on here? But when Henry brings the drums in and the riffs are coming in, great vocal from Kim. A really interesting start, but it goes back to that gritty metal sound. Contact. Now this again, the percussion of the sound, it's sort of a sample of electronics, but when the drums come in, it just comes booming at you. It's a great vocal from Kim again. Really, it's a little bit different, and I like a little bit of different, as long as it doesn't go away from what the band did. I like a little bit of different. Then we get Tabla Rasa. Adam's guitar work in this track is good. It's got some nice intricate little effects on it as well. Very, very good. Fragments is next. You've got how this starts. The drum, it all starts with the drums, and then you've got Kim's vocals keep coming in, and then Adam's guitar comes in. It's got a modern sort of sound to it, an electronica keyboard sort of sound, but it's really different, but it works with the combination of guitars. Spirit of Age, some great keyboard work here from Rob. You got the drumming, a little bit of drumming on the rims, and I love the drumming that goes around the rims. It's got a great guitar solo, and I think this is Henry's best drumming he's done since he's been with Touchstone. Very, very good track. Shadow's End is next. A great track, my second favourite on here. It's got some lovely melodic sounds. The guitar tone sound out. The keyboard sort of just whizzes through the guitar work. It's a terrific track. Solace, 2013. The keyboards on this are very Mark Kelly. Lots of keyboard swells from Rob. Fantastic track. Through the Night, one of Kim's finest vocals. It's about 4 minutes, but it's wonderful. Then we get Thunder and Crickets. It's just one of these. You remember in the cowboy films, you get the crickets making that noise. That's all it reminds me of. And then we have the title track, which is my favourite track, Oceans of Time. Absolute epic. Starts gentle, builds up. The drumming towards the end is absolutely amazing. Got the guitar solos, lots of shredding. Absolutely great track to end. It's a very good album again, not a bad track on it. It's a shame that Kim left, because I haven't heard anything else. We haven't heard anything else since Kim left, but she's a fine singer, and I hope she goes on and does other good stuff. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 8.2. Okay, coming in at number 2, we have their debut album, which came out in 2007, and it's called Discordant Dreams. So this has got Kim Saviour on it, Rod Cottingham, Adam Hodgson, Paul Morgan, and the original drummer Alistair Melville. Okay, this has got an intro, and it's one of them typical progressive metal intros, whirly, swingy sound effects, the keyboards, and you know it's going to build up to something just by listening to this, and it does, because it goes straight into the title track, Discordant Dreams. Absolutely killer. Paul's bass line is great. You've got Alistair's a good drummer as well. Kim's vocals on top there. Curious Angel, very eerie sort of start with the nice keyboards. It reminds me so much of John Mitchell's stuff. Doesn't matter which incarnation of John Mitchell you get, it's got that feel to it, that modern sort of neo-prog sound. Very, very good track. Then we get my favourite track on this one. It's probably my second favourite track ever by this band, and it's called See the Light. You got a little bit of vocals here. You got Rob doing a bit of singing on this as well. It's really good how Kim and Rob sort of complement each other. And then we got a track called Being Hannah. Great harmonies here between Rob and Kim. Very good song, but the bass line is terrific on there. Shadow, another great song on this. It starts off, you think this is going to be techno, and you go, oh dear, what they've done, and boom, in comes great vocals from Kim, some sterling guitar work. Then we have Wintercoast, which is a 22-second guitar interlude that goes into Ocean Down. One of my favourite vocals from Kim, and then it's just a piano, the keyboards come in, it's keyboards and piano, short, sharp, but wonderful. Black Tide is next. Alice's drumming on this is pretty good, it's crisp. We've got some swirly keyboard stuff from Rob, a lot of delicate and detailed guitars on that, very, very good. Then we get Dignity. It's a wonderful start with Rob and King singing together with a gentle bit of keyboard. And then it's one of those tracks that just builds up with layers of sound and drums, and you get a great guitar solo on it. It's really good. Then we get an epic called The Beggar's Song. Great drumming here from Alistair. Him and Paul do a great engine room on this, and it's sort of, that's the basis of the track. But you've got Rob coming in with some excellent keyboards, a little bit of that lovely guitar from Adam, and some great singing. Great track to end the album. An excellent album and a debut album. Set their stall out from day one. Some lovely harmonising on here between Rob and Kim. It's a terrific album. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 8.4. But my favourite album is their second album from 2009 called Wintercoast. Same lineup as the debut, Kim, Rob, Adam, Paul and Alistair. And this was Alistair's last album before he left. Then we got John Mitchell's on here as well. He does the guitar solo on one of the tracks. And we got a narrator on 2 tracks as well, the actor Jeremy Irons. Now Prelude is all about Jeremy Irons' wonderful voice for an actor. Sort of sets the story, and then it goes straight into the brilliant, and it is the best track they've ever done, called Wintercoast. Absolutely amazing track. The bass from Paul is terrific. It drives the song along. And it's probably the best song that Kim and Rob ever sang together. It's absolutely amazing. They play off each other all the time. It is fantastic. I love that track. Strange Days, some great riffs in here. You get Kim's doing the strong vocal from Kim, backed up by Rob's great backing vocal, very strong track. Voices, the keyboard at the beginning, since it's got that great prog sound, delicate drumming, some little shimmery cymbals, absolutely great. Then we get Joker in the Park, eerie guitar work at the start from Adams, feels like you're in the Twilight Zone. Then Alistair's drums come in, absolutely killer. Original Sing, another song that I like that Kim sings. She has got a stunning voice, very underrated singer. They got some lovely guitar work from Adam on that, it's absolutely terrific. Then we get Solace. Again, it's got that resistance feel, renaissance feel to it. Lovely vocal from Kim. Then we got Xenomorph. The engine room of this band, Paul and Alistair, drive this song again. They are so tight. Again, we've got this sort of, everyone else sort of comes in and out on this, on the guitars and the keyboards, and a great vocal, and you just can't go any better than that. Then we get a track called Line in the Sand. Lots of great drumming on this, heavy, fast and furious, and then it goes a bit quality stuff. How he goes from, Alistair goes from playing real heavy to this gentle stuff. It's the way he switches is fantastic. Then we have The Witness Part 1, moving track, some nice drumming again here from Alistair. I love the vocals on this. Rob singing the lead on this, and you got this echoey sort of eeriness of Kim's backing vocal, stunning guitar solo from Adam. Then Part 2, another good track. This is the one that you get John Mitchell on it. Really good guitar solo from John Mitchell. You can tell it's a John Mitchell guitar solo, and it's probably one of Rob's best keyboard pieces on the whole album. This album can only be played from start to finish. You just put it on and let it go. It flows wonderfully. I love playing this headphone, especially under the headphones. It's just a superb album. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 8.5. So there we go. A great band. Go and check them out if you've not heard them. If you like Nightwish and you like Epica, you're going to like these. It's in that vein. They are a really good band. I mean, pity Kim's not with them anymore, but a fantastic band. Okay, up next is the very last part of the Elton John story, and we're going to look at his non-album songs in a little retro ranking. So that's coming up, so we'll see for that later. Bye for now.